Hey folks, welcome to another Master That Riff. Today we're going to be looking at Our Time Has Come by Masquerade, which is a band I hadn't actually heard before. This is a recommendation lesson request from Kenny over at the Patreon group. It's a Swedish band, prominent in the 90s, with a guitarist called Thomas Gison on it. Really cool, kind of overproduced kind of 90s kind of rock sound. Very, kind of reminds me a little bit of Harum Scarum type thing, but Gison's a phenomenal player. He's kind of more famous now for writing songs for Eurovision, would you believe? But his style's very fluid. A lot of kind of whammy tricks, very Vi-esque and stuff. So I'm in standard tuning for this riff. And the whole thing follows pretty much a classic doo-wop kind of chord progression. It's like E, C sharp minor, A, and B, you know, but played in this cool kind of rock way. So what we're going to start off with here, this little phrase here. Now this intro bit, first 4 bars have got a flanger effect on them. I'm obviously not going to apply it here, and I just added it after I'd recorded it, because it's the same riff pretty much. But what I'm going to be doing here is playing this little E. So I'm doing 6th fret of the D string, that's like my major third, and my 4th finger is playing the root note, 7th fret, the A string there. So I hit that kind of little dyad, do the E string pan muted, yeah. Then I'm going to take my 3rd finger off and place 1st finger at the 4th fret of the D string. Yeah, so it's kind of like a little sus2 vibe. And I play that, and then I pan mute in the E string up to our little E dyad, 7/6 again, E string, and then that little dyad. Okay, so slowly it kind of goes. Okay, so that's establishing the kind of E chord. Then we have this little phrase that he's going to be playing in this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to play that pan mute 7th fret on the A string. Then I'm going to do pan mute 4, 6, 4 on the D string. I use the 1st and 3rd fingers for that. Then I'm going to bar the 4th fret, the D and the G strings, hit it twice, no pan mute, and then 6, 4 on the D string. So it's kind of like your beats 3 and 4 there. It's like a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, so what he does is he then takes that little idea and he applies it to the different harmonies. So we started with the E, 7th fret of the A string. Now I'm going to go and put a C sharp on that A string. So I'm doing 4th fret of the A string there. So I'm playing like a little C sharp power chord. Okay, and what I'm doing here is I play that power chord, then I pan mute on the A string 4th fret twice. Then I take the 3rd finger off. So I'm barring at the 4th fret now on the A and the D strings there. Then I pan mute A string 4th fret, 6th fret D string, and then do that again. Okay, so that kind of goes. Okay, then I have a little fill again, but now I'm starting from 4th fret, the A string. So everything's the same except I'm just starting from that root note of C sharp now. Then what I'm going to do now is this. So I'm going to A, so I use the open A string and 7th fret the D string there to kind of give that octave. Okay, so I play that A string twice, pan muted, open. Then I'm going to do 4th fret of that D string there. Then I do pan mute A string and then 6th fret of the D string here. Now, because of what he's going to play next, I would use the 4th finger for that. Because what I'm now going to do here is put the bass note of B. So I go down and stretch, a bit of a stretchy one this, we've had a couple of stretchy riffs of late. 2nd fret that A string, pan muted, and then I'm going to do 6, 4 in the D string. Pan mute that 2nd fret A string again, and then 6, 6, 4 on the D string, and then 2nd fret the A string and slide up. Yeah, so that kind of bar kind of goes. Yeah, so if I put that 4th finger there, you can see it's a bit easier to kind of do the stretch. And then we end it off with a little chordal idea. So I've slid up, and what I'm playing here, it's like an F sharp minor 7 chord. My second finger's on the 9th fret of the A string. First finger's on 7th fret of the D. My third finger's on 9th fret of the G. And then my fourth finger is in 10th fret of that B string there. Okay. And you have this little kind of idea where I'm playing just the G and the B strings. And I'm going to play this little melody in the B string. So I'm kind of holding the shape. Maybe I'll take the middle finger off, but I'm doing that. Then I go with the pinky down to the 9th fret, and then I take that pinky off. So I'm only hearing G string 9th fret and B string 7th fret. And then I play that chord. Let it ring. Yeah. And you hear the rhythm of that, it's kind of staccato feel. Yeah. And then we get to play the riff again. So there's only a couple of wee variations here. First variation is, and I think it's just because of the recording, he's obviously playing the same riff, but you hear that again rather than maybe the E string twice. Yeah. And then there's a little variation here. He does the 7 and then 6-4 this time rather than 4-6. So again, I would use the 4th finger, 4th, 1st finger, and then I'd play the chord. That 2 and 6 together now, and then we have our so 6-4-2, 6-6-4-2, and then it ends in this chord, big lush kind of E sus2 chord. So I'm playing 7th fret of that A string, 9th fret of the D string on the middle finger, and that helps with the stretch. That's why I use my middle finger, and then G string 11th fret with the 4th finger. So that's my root, my 5th, and that's the 2nd. And then I've got open B string, open E string. Really cool chord. Again, a bit stretchy, but really cool. Yeah, and that's it. That's the riff. I'd highly recommend you go and check out the album. That's a really cool song off it. And I want to say a big thanks to Kenny for kind of turning me on to them, as well as kind of requesting the riff lesson. If that's something you want to do, if you want to kind of request some riffs or solos or whatever, come on over to the Patreon group, and that's a thing you can get if you're a perk. A perk if you're a patron, and of course you can get access to all the stuff we've got on Patreon. So there's loads and loads of things on there just now. We've got backing tracks, we've got tabs, animated tabs for all the lessons. We've also got the new Patreon study group, where I'm looking at basically in-depth harmony, going through theory, and we'll talk about improvisation and playing over anything pretty much, and all the tools you need to do that. And if you're a member of that tier, you also get some free picks as well, which is quite nice. So come on over to the Patreon group and check it out, see what you think, guys. Okay, so thanks for watching. If this is your first time here, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. Been saying that for years, but you know, it's the way we kind of help with the YouTube algorithm. So hit those buttons, and I will see you soon for another lesson.